Hi everyone, it's your favorite girl back with another video coming at you live and in color from my bedroom floor. Have you ever just felt like things just were not going right in life? Because that's how I feel right now. I just got back from I can't even call it an interview, because it wasn't an interview, because apparently it was canceled. Let's get into this video. So on December 5th, I got an email and a phone call from a company I applied to work at. And they said, oh, they kind of did a mini interview over the phone, but then to proceed with the process, they had to send you like an email for the location for you to go on site to interview in person. So I got the email. It was for today. Had to be there at 8:30. So I don't currently have a vehicle. So I have to walk to the bus stop, which is, mind you, about give or take 17 to 20 minutes to walk to the bus stop. So that's one. And I have to wake up at like around 5 o'clock in the morning. So that's another thing. And I get there after almost kind of getting lost when I got off the second bus. And I got there like around, it was like 7:40ish. And I walked up to these two employees, and because they were outside on a break, and I was like, where's the entrance for if you're trying to interview? Because they had an employee entrance, but they didn't have a entrance for people who want to interview or anything like that. And they were like, and the girl, this should have been a red flag number one. The girl was like, "You want to work here?" Like total disgust, like no, like pretty much like a don't do it type of thing. And I just kind of looked at her, and then the other guy that she was with was like, "Oh, it's like straight down, straight this way, and make a right." And so she's like, "Oh, I'm just kidding, good luck. You'll probably get it," or something like that. And I was like, "Oh, thank you." So I was waiting outside there because I didn't know, because there was no sign on the door saying what time it opened for the visitor entrance, nothing. So they had a little doorbell excuse me, on their door. So I rang the bell and nothing happened. Nobody came out, or anything. So another guy was walking past, and he was like, I don't think they're open until 8. So I had to wait 15 minutes in the cold. Well, actually not 15, 20 minutes in the cold. And so at around 7:57, I was like, well, let me just go ahead and just ring it again. So I rang it again, and a guy opened the door, and he was like, "Oh, how can I help you?" And I was like, "Yes, I'm here for an interview today." And no way did he say anything about there weren't any interviews, anything was canceled. He didn't say anything about this. When I initially walked through the door, he didn't say anything. He just said, "Oh, okay, well," he's like, "Oh, you're a bit early. And I was like, "Okay, well, what time does the visitor center open?" He said, "Oh, it opens up at 8:30. And I was like, "Oh, well, okay." So he said, "Okay, just sign your name. Fill out this form, and, we'll get you situated." So then he comes back, and I'm going to say his name, Eric. His name was Eric. And Eric comes back, and he goes, "Are you sure you have an interview with us today? Because I don't see you down on the list." And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, but can you just pull up the email that they sent it to you at?" So I go on my phone, I pull up the email, show it to him, and he's like, "Okay." Once again, not once did he say, "Oh, there wasn't any interviews today. Oh, anything was canceled." Nothing. So he goes back to his office, and I'm still steadily filling out the paperwork or whatever. He comes back a second time, sits down next to me, and goes, can I see the email again?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So I pull it up, show it to him. He's like, "Well, because all of our interviews are canceled for the day." At first, I'm like, "Huh?" I'm like, what? Sir, what do you mean all the interviews are canceled for the day? What are you talking about? And why wouldn't you have said that to me when I initially walked in through the door? Like, oh, we don't have any interviews today. Or like that, why wasn't it the first thing that was said? Instead of me sitting out here filling out all this paperwork and all this stuff just for you to keep saying nothing. But then now you want to tell me at the last, so I'm looking at him like, what, canceled? Like, so he looks at the email again. He was like, yeah, he's like, he's like, we're fully staffed for the month of December. We wouldn't have any openings until he's like possibly in January, but he's like, since you're already here, you know, you could do he's like we could go ahead and do the interview with you, but we wouldn't have anything to offer you. Why would I go ahead and do an interview when you don't have anything to offer me? The point of getting an interview is so I can see if I have the job or not. Like saying that you're not going to have any, that you don't know if you're going to have any openings until to the beginning of the year. That's too long of a wait for me. Like to me, I just felt like it was very unprofessional to one, not to have contacted me to let me know that it was done, that there was no interviews. And I told him that. I said, well, why wouldn't they send an email or a phone call or something saying that the interview was canceled? He's like, oh, well, I don't know. Can you make sure you check all your mailboxes? And I pulled up all my mailboxes. Nothing. Just it said that the interview was supposed to be today, which obviously not. Everybody didn't come to the freaking interview but me. And I just felt like, I'm just like, oh, well, why wouldn't y'all let anybody know? Oh, well, it's not up to us. Like, it doesn't come from our system. It comes from another system. But that's what I'm saying. But you have my phone number. You could have called me. The level of professionalism there was just not at the level it should have been. Because it's like, you know, and then, I'm taking, that just really frustrated me. Like, super frustrating. Because I could have been at home sleeping, okay? It's one of my days off. Like, bruh, like, I'd be tired. And I came out here with the premise of, okay, I'm going to have this job. And y'all talking about oh, it's up to you if you want to still interview. Why would I want to interview if there's no positions available? That's stupid. That's dumb. Like, bruh, like, are you smoking crack? Like, what the hell? Why would I want to still interview when there's no positions available? And talking about all of our positions, something about it changes like every couple weeks. But my whole thing is, why did the guy even say, yeah, you can interview, like, yeah, set up the interview if there weren't any openings? That's what I don't understand. If the level of the company the capacity was full, why are you still scheduling interviews? Makes no damn sense. And on that note, I'm out. I just wanted to rant real quick because that really just pissed me the fuck off. And you ain't got to worry about me applying in the new year or anything, because that's another thing he said. He was like, oh, well, if you interview today, you wouldn't have to interview again if you were to check back with us. He's like, oh, check back with us in the new year. No, you don't have to worry about it. Peace out.